Hello. Welcome to the part 49. And sorry about the other parts I was supposed to finish. It's because my throat was hurting pretty badly. So even though it kind of sounds, even though I'm getting better, but I'm trying to get rid of my cough so I don't get COVID. Even though you guys think I have like COVID because I kept on coughing lately. You see that right there? I kept thinking that I have COVID because I coughed too much. I kept coughing since a year ago, and it's still happening today. It keeps on coming back. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I was gonna plan to go to the doctor, but I was gonna plan to go to the doctor, but um, we didn't really schedule it for this time, so I don't know when's the last time that I read this, so I'm not sure what part of it I read it, so I'm gonna go over through the steps again, so yeah. They didn't talk as they rode up Mill Street and crossed the bridge. They exchanged only a brief word when Wisconsin dropped him off at the front of his apartment. Hall went directly to his shower, still thinking about Warwick, trying to place whatever it was about Mr. Foreman that drew him. Made him feel that somehow they had become tied together. He slept as soon as his head hit the pillow, but his sleep was broken and restless. He dreamed of rats. 1 a.m., Wednesday. It was better running the hoses. They couldn't go until the crab crews had finished the section, and quite often they were done hosing before the next section was cleared, which meant time for a cigarette. Sorry, pardon me. Hall worked the nozzle of one of the long hoses, and Wisconsin pattered back and forth, unsnagging lengths of the hose, turning the water on and off, moving obstructions. Warwick was short-tempered because the work was proceeding slowly. They would never be done by Thursday the way things were going. Now they were working on a helter-skelter jumble of the 19th century office equipment that has been piled in one corner. Like, can be piled for one corner and can be piled for the other corner. Smashed roll top desks, moldy ledgers, reams of invoices, chairs with broken seats. It was a rat habit. Scores of them was squeaked and ran through the dark and pull. Contemptuous slang term for a person from Proland. It is often considered derogatory, derogatory, and offensive. Sorry. I think we're closely done to this full story of Stephen King. Hopefully, I get this part done. I'm gonna try to do more videos today. I'm gonna upload like 6 videos today, so just to remind you, or maybe more. I'm not really sure because I have a lot of assignments to catch up on too. Anyway, so okay, so this was made by my AMLET class, not AM mystery class. Sorry, AM mystery class. So this is a black hat one pager. It says the black hat. You have to repose the black hat. Now you're going to show what you know on this one pager. You can choose either one pager template to complete, but you need to fill in the boxes with following information. Can be one of those boxes right there. One of those. This is why I have 2 drinks. Wow. Pardon me. Sorry. One box should contain 2 words from a text that you did not know as we were reading. In the box, include the word and in a definition either word in the words or illustration. One box should contain a quote that shows the tone of the overall story. One box should show the connection to at least 2 elements of a romanticism. either through words or illustrations or a combination of both. One box should contain an illustration, a theme of a story. One box should recreate a moment of a character development from the story. Okay, so I'm not sure how well I'm gonna do it, so I'm already getting started with this one. So you can type on that. Gonna get over this. Just 1 second. I'm almost done with the vocab list 24, even though I'm not currently finished. Alright, anyways. Crazy passages that honeycombed the heap. And after 2 men were bitten, the others refused to work until Warwick sent someone upstairs to get heavy rubberized gloves. The kind usually reserved for the dye house crew, which had to work with acids. Just to remind you guys, I forgot to tell you in the first thing in the video, spring break for AK students, the last namesake A through K has spring break in that date. I just have spring break early because it was the last day for me. L to Z because my last name is S, so my last name is Simpson, so that can count as L to Z. So yes, it can. So if you're L to Z, spring break has started already, even though that A for K hasn't started spring break yet. Some of them are at school though. But that's okay. The others refused to work until Warwick sent someone upstairs to get heavy rubberized gloves, the kind usually reserved for the dye house crew, which had to work with acids. Hall and Wisconsin were waiting to go in with their hoses when a sandy-haired bullneck named Carmichael began howling curses and backing away, slapping at his chest with his gloved hands. A huge rat with gray streaked fur and ugly, glaring eyes had bitten into a shirt and hung there, squeaking and kicking in Carmichael's belly with its back paws. Carmichael finally knocked it away with his fist, but there was a huge hole in his shirt, and a fin of the blood trickled from above one nipple. The angle faded from his face. He turned away and retched. Hall turned the hose on the rat, which was old and moving slowly, and snatched at Carmichael's shirt still caught in its jaws. The whirling pressure drove it backward against the wall, where it smashed limply. Warwick came over, an odd, strained smile on his lips. He clapped Hall on the shoulder. Damn sight better been throwing cans at little bastards, huh, college boy? Pardon me. Some little bastard, Wisconsin said. It's a foot long. Turn that hose over here. Warwick ponied that jumble of furniture. You guys, get out of the way. With pleasure, someone muttered. Sorry. Carmichael charged up to Warwick, his face sick and twisted. I'm gonna have compensation for this. I'm gonna. Sure, Warwick said, smiling. You got a bit on the titty. Get out of the way before you get pasted down by this water. Hall pointed the nozzle and let it go. It hit while the light explosion of a spray, knocking over a desk and smashing two chairs of splinters. Rats ran everywhere, bigger than any Hall had ever seen. He could hear men crying out in disgust and horror, and as they fled, things with huge eyes and plump bodies. He caught a glimpse of one that looked like a big-headed, healthy 6-week puppy. He kept on until he could see no more, then shut the nozzle down. Okay, Warley called. Let's pick it up. I didn't hire as no exterminator, Ipiston called mutinously. Hull had tipped a few with him the week before. He was a young guy wearing a smut-stained baseball cap and a t-shirt. That you, Ipiston? Warlick asked gently. Ipiston looked uncertain, but stepped forward. So this is the basement. Yeah, I don't want no more of these rats. I hired to clean them up. Not to maybe get rabies or typhoid or something. Maybe you best count me out. There was a murmur of agreement from the others. Wisconsin stole a look at Hall, but Hall was examining the nozzle of the hose he was holding. Pardon me. It had a bore like a 45 and could probably knock a man 20 feet. You said you wanted to punch your clock? See? Thinking about it, Episton said. Warlock nodded. Okay, you and anybody else want that once. But this ain't no unionized shop and never has been. Punch out now and you'll never punch me back in. I'll see to it. Are you some hot ticket? Hall muttered. Warlock swung around. Did you say something, college boy? Hall regarded him blandly. Just clearing my throat, Mr. Foreman. Warlock smiled. Something tastes bad to you? Hall said nothing. All right, let's pick it up. Warlock bawled. They went back to work. Retched. To vomit or gag. Compensation, workman's comp. It's typically considered a form of insurance that will pay medical bills related to injuries suffered on a job site. 2 a.m. Thursday. Hall and Wisconsin were working with the trucks again, picking up the junk, but Pyle was by the worst air shaft, by the west air shaft had grown to amazing proportions. But they were still not half done, which is the worst part. Happy 4th, Wisconsin said. When they stopped for a smoke, they were working near the north wall, far from the stairs. I need a drink. The light was extremely dim, and some trick of the acoustics made the other man seem miles away. Thanks, Hall dragged on his smoke. Haven't seen any rats tonight. Nobody has, Wisconsin said. Maybe they got wise. They were standing at the end of a crazy, zigzagging alley formed by piles of old ledgers and invoices, moldy bags, and cloth, and two huge flat looms of Asian vintage. Gah! Wisconsin said, spinning. That Warwick. What do you suppose all rats go to? Hall asked, also to himself. Not into the walls. He looked at the wet and crumbling masonry that surrounded the huge foundation stones. Really sorry. They drowned. The river saturated everything. Something black and flopping suddenly dive-bombed them. Wisconsin screamed and put his hands over his head. A bat, Hall said, watching after it as Wisconsin straightened up. A bat, Wisconsin raved. What's a bat doing in a cellar? They're supposed to be in trees and under eaves, and it was a big one, Hall said softly. What is a bat but a rat with wings? Jesus, Wisconsin moaned. How did it get in? Maybe the same way that rats got out? What's going on back here? Warlock shouted from somewhere behind them. Where are you? Don't slut it, Hall said softly. His eyes gleamed in the dark. What was that you, college boy? Warlock called. He sounded closer. It's okay, Hall yelled. I barked my shin. Warlock short, barking laugh. You want a purple heart? Wisconsin looked at Hall. Why do you say that? Look. Hall notes and lit at match. There was a square in the middle of the wet and crumbling cement. Tap it. Really sorry, guys. Wisconsin did. It's wood. Hall nodded. It's the top of the port. I've seen someone ever once around there. There's another level under this part of the basement. God, Winsky said with the utter revulsion. All right. 3:30 a.m. Thursday. They were in the northeast corner, a piston and brochu behind them with one of the high-pressure hoses. When Hall stopped and pointed at the floor, there I thought we'd come across it. There was a wooden trapdoor with a crusted iron ring bolt set near the center. He walked back to Episton and said, "Shut it off for a minute." When the hose was choked to a trickle, he raised his voice to a shout. "Hey, hey, Warwick! Better come here in a minute!" Warwick came splashing over, looking at Hall, with that same hard smile in his eyes. "Your shoelace come untied, college boy." "Look," Hall said. He kicked the trapdoor with his foot. "Subcellar? So what?" Warlick asked. "This isn't break time, Call." "That's where your rats are," Hall said. "They're breeding down there. Winsky and I even saw a bat earlier." So this is that thing. You guys know what it is. Some of the other men had gathered around and they were looking at the trapdoor. I don't care," Warlick said. "The job was a basement, not. You don't need about 20 exterminators, trained ones." Hull was saying, "Going to cost the management a pretty penny. Too bad." Someone laughed. "Fat chance." Warlick looked at Hull and knew if he were a bug under glass. "You're really a case. You are," he said, sounding fascinated. "Do you think I'd given a good goddamn how many rats are under there? I was in a library this afternoon after yesterday," Hall said. "Good thing you kept reminding me. I was a college boy. I read the town zoning ordinances. Warwick they were setting up in 1911. 911, sorry. Before this mill got big enough to co-opt the zoning board. Know what I found?" Pardon me. Warwick's eyes were cold. "Take a walk, college boy. You're fired." "Well, that's not nice." "I found out." Hall ploughed on, and as if he hadn't heard. "I found out that there is a zoning law in Gates Falls about vermin. You spell that Vermin, in case you wondered. It means disease-carrying animals such as bats, skunks, unlicensed dogs, and rats. Especially rats. Rats are mentioned 14 times in 2 paragraphs. Pardon me. Mr. Foreman, so you just keep in mind that the minute I punch out, I'm going to straight to the town commissioner and tell him what the situation down here is." He's paused, relishing Warlick's late or hate congested face. "I think that between me and him and the town committee, we can get the injunction slapped on his place. You're going to be shut down a lot longer than this Saturday, Mr. Foreman. And I got a good idea what your boss is going to say when he turns up. Hope your unemployment insurance is paid up." Warwick's hands formed into claws. "You damn snot nose. I ought to." He looked at the trap. He looked down at the trapdoor. And suddenly his smile reappeared. "Consider yourself rehired, college boy. I thought you might see the light." Warwick nodded, the same strange grin on his face. "You're just so smart. I think maybe you ought to go down there." Hall, so we got somebody with a college education to give us an informed opinion. "You and Linskinski." "Not me," Linskinski exclaimed. "Not me. Warwick looked at him. "You what?" Linskinski shut up. "Good," Hall said cheerfully. "We'll need 3 flashlights. I think I saw a whole rack of those 6 battery jobs in the main office, didn't I?" Sorry. "You want to take somebody else?" Warlick acts expansively. "Sure, pick your man up." You, Hall said gently. The strange expression had come to his face again. After all, the management should be represented, don't you think? Just so Wisconsin, I don't see too many rats down there. Someone, it sounded like Episton, laughed loudly. Warlick looked at the man carefully. They studied the tips of their shoes. Finally, he pointed at Brochu. Brochu, go up to the main office to get free flashlights. Tell the watchman I said to let you in. Why'd you get me into this? Winsky moaned at Hall. You know I hate those. It wasn't me, Hall said and looked at Warwick. Warwick looked back at him, and neither dropped his eyes. 4 a.m. on Thursday. Brotcher returned with the flashlights. He gave one to Hall, one to Wisconsin, and one to Warwick. And Peston, give the hose to Wisconsin. And Peston did so, but nozzle trembled delicately between the pole's hands. Alright, we're barely done with a 9 through 12. Okay, so, oh gosh, I got logged out again. I might read me another assignment if you don't mind. I might read the top assignments that I haven't done yet. I know it's about class starters, but it helps to get my account right here that my account shows up. That's the only way that I'm not. I'm not gonna read the class starters right a second because I had to save it for my other parts too. So just to remind you guys, I'm gonna read the another part of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna read this one. Video questions. Erosion and transport. When video, what is in wind erosion? Watch the video if you want to. Or comment down below what your response is. What is wind erosion? What sizes particles can wind move? Where is wind erosion most prevalent? What causes vibration? What three things are involved in wind erosion? When are these sediments able to be deposited? It can be 3 times. What are 2 types of these deposits? Sorry, I'll give you a few seconds. Hopefully my cough doesn't come back. Erosion by water. What is erosion by water? How many tons of silt does water carry to the ocean every year? What happens when water volume increases in the river? Does faster flowing water carry more or less sediment? Where and how do the heaviest particles move in a riverbed? Why do rivers meander? What is a major cause of coastal erosion? What is chemical causes living water? Glaciers. How do glaciers shape the landscape? What are glaciers? Why are glaciers sometimes called nature's bulldozer? Pardon me. What is the first way glaciers move sediment? What is plucking? What is the second way glaciers act on sediment? Why do glaciers often look dirty? What 4 things make up glacial till? Gravity. Erosion due to gravity. I actually know about gravity. What happened seconds before Mount St. Helens erupted? What is mass movement? What is the angle of repose? What is a landslide? Where does slump happen? What causes mud flow? What is a lahar? What is creep? Which can be explained on this video if you guys just watch it. Okay, so let me close that. I don't know how long I'm recording, but hopefully, um, alright, Warwick said to Winskinsky, you're in the middle. If they're rats, you let them have it. Sure, Hall thought. And if there are rats, Warwick won't see them, and neither will Winskinsky, after he finds an extra 10 in his pay envelope. Sorry. Warlick pointed at two of the men, lifted. One of them bent over the ring ball and pulled. For a moment, Hall didn't think it was going to give. Then it yanked free with an odd, crunching snap. The other man put his fingers on the underside to help pull, then withdrew with a cry. His hands were crawling with huge and sightless beetles. Beetles, ew. I hate beetles. Beetles are freaking scary. They can creep me out pretty much easily. Trust me, whenever I see a beetle, I get so scared. I get so freaking scared. I will not even move at all. Because I have a feeling it's gonna attack me. I feel it's gonna kill me. Because I'm okay with beetles, but I don't like it when they go faster on me. That makes me really sad. That makes me kind of sad and makes me kind of afraid. Um, Beetles kind of make me a little bit sad because how they I have a feeling they're gonna because I think that they're going to like bite me and stuff. You know, that's not really cool. With the convulsive grunt of the man, Rainbow pulled the map, trap back, and let it drop. This was made by the map recently. The underside was black and with an odd fungus that Hall had never seen before. The beetles dropped off into the darkness below or ran across his floor to be crushed. Look, Hall said. Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but I have a dentist. Pardon me. I had to get my root canal on Thursday, so probably inactive for a while. So it won't be pretty long. So just to let you know. Forgot to say that previously. I'm gonna stop right here. I don't even know how long we're recording. Hopefully it's like I don't know if it's like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, but okay. So I think if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'll be able to help you if you need me. You can ask your teacher that teaches these stuff, or you can ask me, then I can try to help you out if I have time. Because I have to upload a video on my main channel, so I have to upload the quotes, and sometimes it can be pretty stressful. But I'll be getting back to one of my I'll be doing remixes on this channel pretty soon, even though I just started recently. All right. Like I said, if you guys have any concerns, just let me know. If you guys want to answer these questions, just like I did previously, like I did in the middle part of the video, then just let me know, and you can add your responses if you want to. All right. So have a good day, and see you guys on a part 50.